Hey, what's up guys? So it looks like Escort is going to be releasing a brand new radar detector and dash cam combo. It's going to be called the Escort MAXcam 360c. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now recently, a new Escort product just popped up with the new FCC ID assignment. And if you take a look here on this webpage, I'll link to it in the video description, there's a couple different exhibits that gives us a little bit of information about the new radar detector, and some of the most interesting ones, if we take a look, this one right here, we can actually see it's called the MAXcam 360c. So think Escort Max 360c, but with a camera built in. And if we take a closer look now, here's actually a picture of the unit. Now this picture is designed to show you kind of where the FCC ID label is going to go, but we can take a closer look at the unit and there's a couple things that we can notice here. So first of all, the design is a little bit different than the Max 360c itself. You can see it's got a single horn right here, just like the 360c. It should have a secondary horn for the rear, which may be this little bubble right there. And then it also has a dial right here on this side, which is pretty interesting. Now, a dial actually is very reminiscent of what Escort or Cobra has actually been doing on their Cobra Road Scout like this, which has a dial right here that allows you to go in, change settings, adjust the volume, things like that. Now, with something like this, before they came out with the Road Scout, Escort released the Escort M1 Dashcam like this. It's basically an add-on dashcam that kind of connects to the mount of a variety of different Escort detectors, and here it is with the Max 360c with the Escort M1 Dashcam attached to the side. It's a 1080p dashcam, and you kind of get one mount, one power cable for both your radar detector as well as your dashcam. So kind of a convenient way to start packaging it up. But if you want something maybe more fully integrated, that's where the Cobra Road Scout came into play. This is a radar detector dashcam in one integrated unit. You can see you've got your radar detector horn right here. You can see how it kind of bubbles up like that. And then right next to it, you've got the dash cam on the side. The dash cam, it's pretty decent, 1080p dash cam, but the radar detector is actually pretty bad in my testing. It has a number of issues. I did a full review of this one as well. I'll link to that in the video description too. And so my biggest concern is like, well, I love the idea of a radar detector and dash cam combo. I think it's a great idea. But so far, nobody's done both a really good dash cam and a really good radar detector in one unit. And that's my hope for what this MAXcam 360c is. Now, if we go back to the FCC information for more information, most of the information is actually under short-term confidentiality for the next 180 days, next 6 months. And so here on the FCC's website, we're not going to get any more details until, well, the start of 2022. And so that includes like photos of the unit, the user manual, basic information, things like that. And so if we go back here to the list of all the exhibits, there's a couple other things. You can see how it's got Bluetooth Low Energy, it's got Wi-Fi built in here, so stuff we know like the Max 360c, but otherwise there's not a ton of extra additional information here. Now, if you go over to the forums, we've been discussing this here, so, you know, just basically discussing the MAXcam 360c, our thoughts about it, ideas, what we're wanting, things like that. Now, there's a lot of stuff about the Max 360c, or MAXcam 360c, I'll need to get used to saying that. There's a lot of stuff about the MAXcam that we don't know yet. Things like the price, for example, what's it going to be priced at? The Road Scout here originally retailed for $450. You can now find it online for about $400, and it regularly goes on sale for maybe $20 under or so, in that range. Something like the Max 360c, this detector, it's $650 for just the radar detector. It's online right now for $600, so $50 off. And then the dash cam right here, the M1, is normally $200. You can typically find it for like $20 off or so. But again, for this package here, your full retail price is $850. And I'm really curious to see if Escort, when they kind of integrate and put this all in one package, hopefully it won't cost $850. That's $100 more than the Redline 360c as it is. And so, I mean, I like the fact, don't get me wrong, of having a nicer high-end radar detector and a good dash cam. And yes, it's going to cost more money, but we're going to have to see kind of what the final product is like and what the price is like too. Now, besides the price, I'm also, of course, curious about the performance. Hopefully it performs more like the Max 360c. I'm expecting it to, definitely better than the Cobra Road Scout. I'm excited to see that it's going to have arrows. I'm curious to see about things like the dashcam video quality. One feature that I've wanted for a long time, especially when you get into integrated units like this, is I want not just convenience, but the ability to maybe overlay some of the radar information directly onto your dashcam footage. So the arrows, the signal frequency, signal strength, any of that kind of stuff, if you can start kind of more tightly integrating the radar information onto the dashcam footage, I think that could be really cool too. I don't know if they're going to do it. I mean, it's something I've been hoping for on the Cobra. It doesn't happen here, but hopefully with the Escort version, it works that way. I also saw some additional discussion on the forums. I know people were asking about, like, what about the Redline 360c with the Dashcam built in? You know, why doesn't Escort, maybe if you're going for an expensive unit, why don't they do something like a RedlineCam 360c, I guess it would be called. And I think that's a really good question too. It's definitely something I'd like to see. And my best guess, I mean, hopefully Escort comes out with that, but actually has to do with the fact that the horns, there's actually 2 horns here on the Redline platform, as compared to something like the Max 360c. The Max platform only has 1 horn here. And so you actually have less space built in for things like your laser receiver, your dash cam, things like that. If you look at the Cobra version, again, you've got, you know, your 1 horn here, you've got the dash cam right there and the laser sensor there. So it's kind of starts to get cramped. So I'm guessing that's also part of the reason why it's going to be a MAXcam 360c and not a RedlineCam 360c. But anyway, I think at this point we're just kind of getting into what we're wanting to see and discussions and questions and speculation and all that kind of stuff. And so as usual, for all of that and more discussion, I'm going to link to the full discussion thread on the forum, so you can hop there and join us for just all the discussion about it. But either way, once we've got more information, including photos and test results and price point and my review and all of that kind of stuff, once we've got more information, I'll definitely keep you guys posted on social media or over on my website or here on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe for more information about that as well. This is definitely something that I'm actually really interested in. I've liked the Max 360c with the M1 as kind of a travel package. Definitely convenient, and I'm excited to see it now kind of more tightly integrated as a MAXcam 360c. So I think it's going to be a pretty cool idea. We'll just have to see what it's like when it comes out, but I'm actually pretty optimistic about it. I think it sounds like a pretty cool thing. So anyway, let me know your thoughts if you're excited about it, kind of what you're hoping for, what your thoughts are just kind of initially before we actually have any real concrete information. So anyway, yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you in the next video.